Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to We Geek Podcast. Today is September 9th, 2021. And my name is Adam, and as always, joined by my good friend Logan.
Hello.
What up, dude? How have you been, man?
Busy.
Busy?
I've been getting my ass kicked.
Yeah?
It's been rough. Well, first off, it was Labor Day weekend, which is always decently busy. It's a holiday 4-day weekend. So there was that, and what else happened? Oh, yeah, Shang-Chi came out at the same damn time.
Right.
So it's been, I'll use the word fun. Sure, why not? We'll go with that.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, don't let anybody tell you the movie business is dead. No, it's not.
Didn't it break some records?
It broke Labor Day records. The last movie, the last biggest Labor Day movie was actually Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Oh, really?
His remake. Yeah, it was 30 some or 40 some million. I forget. I don't have the number in front of me, but yeah. And then this one came along and made what 85, 90 over the whole weekend. Yeah, it kicked all kinds of ass. But
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I still need to see it. I want to see this in the theater.
You need to. It's very, very good. It's very good.
Yeah. I definitely want to see it in the theater. I don't want to wait till it hits Disney. It's just I still have my little bit of a cough, and I don't want to. I don't know. I'm still on the fence, but I don't know.
Especially down there, I get you.
Yeah. It's not. It's. I don't know. I tried to go out to eat once. And I felt all the eyes on me when I was coughing. So, did not. I immediately left. I was like, oh, can't do this. So, any other time in history, it would be normal. It was just it would be a completely oh, okay, he's got a little bit of cough or whatever.
Right.
But now everyone's hyper focused on it, for good reasons. I would be too, 100%. So, yeah. Movie theater, I don't know. I can't wait to go back. So I'm gonna try to get this before it hits Disney Plus.
Yeah, find you a time pick an early morning time.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Get you like a Monday 11 or 12 o'clock show. That'll take care of that problem.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, I'll do that.
That's when everything's not as busy, at least.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. But how was it, dude?
Oh, it's awesome. Oh, it's so good. It's fantastic. He does a tremendous job. And I have to pull up his name because I forgot. But it's definitely there's a scene in it where there's a character talking to them, explaining, you are now part of a bigger world, etc., etc., etc. And it's almost like it's meta.
Okay.
It's there. You could easily just say, this isn't this character talking to, another character. This is somebody who's been here saying, hey, now that you're part of this universe, buckle up.
Right. Hell yeah, dude.
But it's really, really good. Simu Liu, that was his name. I couldn't remember his name. He's everybody in this is good, and it's a very small cast. Okay. It's him, it's Awkwafina, it's the guy who plays the actual Mandarin, and they have a lot of fun with that. They have much fun with that. Tony Chuai Leong, who plays him.
Don't spoil it. Don't even tell me. But I hope that they bring up whatever Ben Kingsley's character was in Iron Man 3. I hope that's brought up. Don't tell me. But I'm just saying, I hope they address that. That'd be great.
I'm just sitting here. I ain't saying nothing.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I hope that's addressed. But yeah, continue.
The thing that's great, the action is fantastic. The action is so damn good.
That's what I hear. Everyone that's seen it, they praised it for one, and then the other thing is they talked about was how good the action was.
Oh yeah. Oh, no question.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. Like, absolutely go check it out for sure.
I can't wait, man.
But
I
yeah,
can't wait.
find you an early show. Like, because I don't know
You're
exactly
right.
when.
I don't work till 2, so I could totally find like a 9 a.m. showing or something.
If they're open that early. God, we don't open that early.
Oh, okay. I can look Oviedo show. Well, I probably shouldn't say. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah. Um. Let's see. Monday. Yeah. Okay. Around noon, so I could totally do that.
Well, if you work at 2, that's gonna
Oh
push
wait.
it.
I'm sorry. Yeah. 11:40. You're right. That is gonna push it. I see one. Well, the 12:40 was for a. I'm not sure what the difference between that one and this one is. Wait, what's open cap?
It's open. It's okay. So there's um, some of the theaters are now starting to do actual, like, subtitled on the screen showings.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Um,
so there's one showing for that.
yeah,
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, for someone who's hearing impaired or
yeah,
whatnot, or
but
just a
there,
different language.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there's the thing is, like, that is when you see open caption. That's, imagine, we think of closed captions as, watching it, like watching Netflix and it's got the closed captions on it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that's what open caption means in the theaters.
Okay,
So if you go to
perfect.
an open caption movie, you're basically you're watching it with the closed captions on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's definitely good for someone who's hearing impaired or speaks a different language. So that's perfect. Um, okay, yeah, 11:40. Yeah, it could be pushing it, but I'm literally around the corner, so
Yeah.
we'll see. Well, I have I don't know. We'll
Definitely
see.
worth it, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely worth it.
I'll chug a bottle of cough suppressant or something before I go.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
And then like if you can, the bigger screen that you can see it in, the better.
Yeah.
Obviously, but that's up to you.
Yeah. Oh wow, they're showing Carrie there. That's cool.
Oh yeah, it's an anniversary, I
Oh wow,
think.
they're showing Transformers,
Yep.
Carrie.
Yeah, Fathom is doing a lot of those this year. They've got a
Yeah.
lot of the
Dracula.
anniversary shows.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead. Okay, it showed me
Mm-hmm.
all the October. Silence of the Lambs. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going hard on some of these.
Amityville, The Wolfman, High Society. Okay. Paranorman 2000. Oh yeah, okay, it's a new one. All right, that's cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, all we get are the Christian movies.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of them in here that I'm seeing.
Mm.
I'm just not mentioning them. Well, yeah, dude. So, what have you been playing? Anything? You been doing anything besides work?
I've been trying a little bit to catch up with My Hero Academia because we've got the next movie coming out at the end of next month.
Okay.
Was it World Heroes Mission? I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
So I've been catching up on that. I'm only behind on this season,
Oh, okay.
so I just have to catch up on that. But and Funimation's been glitchy about it. Like, it skips an episode.
What?
Every time I get to the end of the episode, when I go to, all right, cool, let's go next episode, it skips. Like, like if I'm finishing 92, it goes to 94,
What?
and it does that. It's been doing that for every episode of this season. So I'm just like, oh hell. So I gotta, when I finish this, I have to actually go back and then drag it from menu. Like, it's a total first world problem, but it's annoying as hell.
Yeah, okay, so I know on Hulu, or I was watching one of the streaming services where it would do that, but it did it purposely, because what it would do is it would list the English and then the Japanese,
Yeah.
and it would purposely skip it if you're watching English. So I wonder if for some reason on there it was doing the same thing, but like they just removed the order.
Maybe. I mean,
So
that's entirely possible.
the coding is still there to skip the next episode because it's just a repeat with a different language.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. That's odd.
It is. It is. And it's dumb. I don't like it. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's the epitome of a first world problem. It really is.
Right, right.
But been doing that, and that's honestly that's about it. Between that and the only thing that I've been watching other than that is Phineas and Ferb because it makes good background noise and the music is fantastic. So
Yeah.
just this should hopefully, well, no, this won't be a less stressful week. At some point in the near future, things will slow down. But
Yeah.
I'll get there. Oh no, they won't because football. Oh God, football season starts today.
It does.
Oh God. Oh,
I
that's right.
somehow got I got conned to join a league somehow. Well, one of my group chats, I guess someone backed out, so they needed someone to actually play the team,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Hey, Adam," and I told them I wasn't going to play it, and they were like, "We'll pay your half entry," and I was like, "No, here's the deal, you pay full entry, and if I win, then we split the we split the chest," and so one of the guys was like, "Okay, deal." So I didn't have to pay anything at least. But now I have to manage this football team of players and people that I never picked. So, yeah. I guess it was like auto-picked or something.
Oh, did they had an auto draft set up?
Well, yeah. It was a combination of a few things. So you know how the storm just hit New Jersey and really fucked it up. One of the people on our teams, I believe it was the commissioner, literally lives up there. So he was dealing with a flood, but forgot to set the auto draft off. So unfortunately, a couple players were picked, and so the guy quit. And he's like, "Well, I don't want to play with these players that I didn't pick." So anyway, we got it all settled, and so now they don't have to like completely repick the league. Because we have people that literally in our group chat, someone lives over in Japan, so it was going to be really difficult to like figure out a time where everyone could do it again. So I was like, all right, I'll step up and take this team of people that I watch the Packers, and that's it. I don't really pay attention to anyone else. I know, some names and stuff like that, but I'm not obsessed with football like a lot of other people are. So I have my team. I watch them. I don't want to dedicate my entire Sunday, Thursday, and Monday to watching it. Because I'm a giant nerd and I have a million other things that I like to do. So. But I get it. Hey, everyone's nerdy for something, right? So
there you go.
Not knocking. It's just I love football, and that's the other problem with fantasy football is when I did it a couple of years ago, I found myself rooting for other teams that went against who my team is, right? And I did not like that one bit. I was like, I should not be rooting for the Bears right now, but I have someone on their team, so I want them to win because I want to win money. And it just felt gross as shit. So
Packers fan rooting for the Bears.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? It was the Bears or the Lions. I forgot what it was, but it was someone like one of our direct enemies, right?
Yeah, it's still
our rivals.
That's funny.
Yeah, exactly. So. And then, of course, you could go the route of not doing that, but you're going to hurt yourself in your league if you don't pick the best person. So, yeah. So I don't recommend fantasy football.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like that. That's funny.
Yep.
Oh, man. Good times.
But going over my team here, I don't think I have anyone really that's in direct competition. I haven't given that hard of a look, though.
God, who was I talking to at work the other day? And they were talking about somebody they knew was in one of those kind of leagues and, like, had drafted, like, 3 quarterbacks in a row. And
wow.
Oh, God, that killed me.
What?
it was that kind of thing where it was like they drafted Brady and then Mahomes and then somebody else. And I was just like, God damn, man, I hate your team.
Yeah. Oh my God, no.
Yeah, and I mean, let's, the season, let's put it in the context it deserves. The season does like nominally officially start on Thursday, but the competition doesn't start on Thursday because it's the Bucks and the Cowboys. Like that's
wow.
That's still a preseason game,
Yeah.
That's a bye. Let's be honest.
Yeah. No. Wow. Oh yeah, that is tonight.
So
Yeah.
that'll be fun. Yeah, my Sundays over at the pizza place are gonna be fantastic again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, and that place, oh, that play, I if I wrote a TV show about the things that happened there, people wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's not insane enough to be fiction, but it's too crazy to be real.
Right.
And it's a something. It's not a circus because it's all clowns. That doesn't make
Yeah.
a circus. But
Yeah.
that's how it goes sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But anyhow, let's dig into this news stuff a little bit. Did you see the Matrix Resurrections trailer went up today?
No, I didn't. I didn't know if we could pause for a second so I could watch it. It's like
Yeah,
2 minutes.
yeah, we'll go do that real quick,
Okay,
and
cool.
anybody
Let's
else
do
who's listening can do the same. So, what did
that.
we
Damn,
think?
that was good.
Yeah, right.
I liked it.
It sets up the world. It gives you, I love that he's medicating on very blue pills.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's funny. I get
Yeah.
that. But I don't know, man. I'm curious to see where they go with, like how is he gonna get out and what's the world gonna be like? Like I'm curious to see what the outside world is like and how is there still a Matrix? Didn't they like get rid of that?
Yeah, I need to maybe revisit the movies because I think we all remember the first one very clearly.
Yeah.
And the second two, I remember there was a giant road chase in the second one, and the third one's a complete and like a big orgy, but the third one's a complete blur to me. I do remember like the very end, like the battle and stuff, and yeah, I'm gonna need to revisit that because I am a bit confused of how this is still going. Um, and yeah, I liked the music in it. I thought that was good. Uh, Seeing Keanu Reeves, like he's just always gonna have that hair now, which is great.
Right.
It looks just like John Wick, which is a good thing. I wonder if the guys behind John Wick, the fights, choreographers or whatnot, are doing this as well. That's the thing. It's not. Is it the same director and writer, or how?
Yeah, it's just one of the Wachowskis this time.
Okay.
They're not both a part of it. There was an interview a couple months ago where it's like, I forget. One of the siblings was like, I just kind of want to move on. And,
Yeah.
And Lana said, okay, well that's cool. Like I'm gonna do this movie. I'm like, oh okay, cool, do the movie. Like there was, it was just a case of one wanted to do it and the other one didn't. So I said, okay, cool, then we'll do it that way. But yeah, I have no idea like who the like fight choreographer and all that are. That would be really cool, if it was the John Wick people.
Yeah.
But,
I noticed the guy from Watchmen was in it, which is pretty cool.
yeah.
Is Lawrence Fishburne not going to be in this movie?
I don't know.
I forgot. Did his character die? Oh my God! See, I've completely forgotten.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Okay. I saw Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah.
Which was cool.
I really hope he's the bad guy.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
No, he would make a great bad guy.
I hope the whole point of him being the therapist is, to keep Neo in check. Like I hope he's the one prescribing the stay in the Matrix blue pills and everything. Like I think that would be fantastic.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be crazy to see what they do with this. It's just because how far we've come, with technology,
right?
Since those movies came out and what they can really do. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. So that was a really good trailer.
It was.
Yeah.
But so super excited about that.
Yeah.
But we got that. What was the where was the other trailer that we got this week? I lost my notes. They ran away from me. How did I close my notes? My notes are mildly important. Oh, Don't Look Up. You posted that, the Netflix AllStar Extravaganza.
Oh yeah,
that's that's gonna be something.
yeah.
I Boy, it's gonna be weird.
It's gonna be very weird. Yeah,
And
it's a
I love what looks like President Jonah Hill,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I mean, what the heck? Like, that's clearly how you know it's fiction. Like when you have some kind of the fast talking buffoon sitting in the Oh wait, hang on. But we no, I no, like this is gonna be really really strange.
yeah,
But okay, I mean it's from Adam McKay, and I mean The Big Short was really strange, but the way they did that was creative as hell. So
yeah,
like, oh man, let's do it.
yeah, yeah. Asteroid coming to Earth. Every celebrity under the sun in the movie. Let's see what it's about.
Yeah, I worry when I see these kind of gigantic all star casts because I it always makes me think of things like Valentine's Day and New Year's Day and all those things where it's
Yes.
like we hired every A list actor we could find.
Right.
Great, but you still made a terrible, terrible movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
God,
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But and then we also had the Star Wars Terrifying Tales trailer.
Yeah, that looked fun.
They're cute. All the Lego stuff and everything is cute and fun, and go for it. Why
Heck
not?
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We get some Vader's castle in this.
what was the tagline? Are you afraid of the Darth? I was like,
Yep.
God, I hate it. I hate
Re-
it so much. I kid. There's
Rest in pieces.
Lego jokes. Lego jokes.
Yep.
Oh,
The animation looks sick. Speaking of animation, have you seen any of the What If?
yes, yes. Have been watching What If.
Oh, okay, are you caught up?
I am.
Okay. What do you think of it?
It's all right.
I like it.
Like you know, some of them are a little bleh for me. They're
Yeah.
not like I get that they it seems like in some cases, especially with the zombies one that just came out, they were like, we have a really cool idea for a setting, and
Hmm.
then they just kind of phone in a story.
Yeah.
Like the actual narrative is kind of meh.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. I love the art, and I
Yeah.
love the differentness of it. But like I mean, Captain Carter was exactly what I figured it would be. So I wasn't like
Yeah.
really disappointed. It's like they kept all the same beats. It was just her instead of him. Yeah, that made sense. Like that was fine.
The
Um,
the the two that really stood out to me was the Black Panther one
y- y-
as Peter Quill.
yeah,
Or
T'Challa's Star
Star-Lord.
Lord was really good.
Yeah. That one was probably my favorite, but also the Doctor Strange one was insane.
The Doctor Strange one was one where they sat down and crafted a hell of an emotional story. That
Yes.
was a that was a damn good episode.
Right.
That was one where they took an idea and had to really dive into a character with it.
It was an idea. I'm sorry.
It's
But
damn.
yes, man, I agree so much, dude. The, it was such a good idea. It was so good, and I like that they weren't afraid to go where they went and do
Yeah.
what they did.
No, it was just here's how these stories go. Here are the consequences of these actions,
Yeah,
and let them be what they may.
yeah,
Like that's what you can do with these stories, and I love that they didn't shy away from that.
oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah, the Avengers one was a little odd. Like that was a left
yeah.
turn twist I didn't see coming, and I'm not sure it was entirely a good thing. Um,
Right.
I mean, it was definitely interesting, but
It had my attention at the beginning because I was like, "Who's doing this?"
yeah. And the reveal was like, okay, well that's. I mean, all right, I can kind of understand. Like, I mean, I understand it and everything.
Yeah,
And then the end, I was just like, well, I mean, all right, fine, they did that. Oh.
yeah.
It was.
Yeah. If
Yep.
anything we learned is the Ant-Man people could really fuck up the universe.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, God, we've seen that. God, yeah, it's been their fault twice now.
Yeah. Yeah. The zombie one was it was okay for me. I really I liked uh the not Hank, what's his name? Oh God, the Ant-Man.
Scott Lang.
Scott Lang, yeah. Uh I loved his character in that. I thought that was funny what they
He,
did with him.
yeah, you put that kind of character in an episode, it's really gonna chew the scenery.
Yep. Yeah, bingo. Exactly. I loved it. That was great.
Just a heads up, his jokes are really bad.
Oh my God. Yep. That's it. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, that was perfect. But yeah, man, there's like you said, there's parts of it that I think are great, and then others I'm like, okay, what are they doing? Um, but yeah, I thought it was cool. I'm interested. Like, I want them to keep getting weirder, keep getting different, more and more different. The better.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think it's been good.
It's
What's up next for Disney Plus? Like, what's next on the docket?
oh shoot, you had to ask. Um,
Oh, while you look that up, I
yeah.
recently saw images from the canceled New Warriors of Squirrel Girl.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess one of the people working on it started posting a bunch of stuff, and he was like, "It's a shame this was canceled. It never got off the ground, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh my God, this was like fucking cool images of them like doing uh real world, not CGI, but the practical squirrels and stuff. I don't know, it looked cool. I'll send you a couple pictures."
Yeah, it's a great way to give me nightmares.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like puppet work.
Yeah, I'm trying to find like just a rundown of like, hey, here's what's coming to Disney Plus, and I'm coming up blank here. Loki, we had What If, and is it Miss Marvel that's gonna be next?
Miss Marvel or Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, Disney Plus upcoming. Like I'm trying to. It's because like every time I look, it's like here's what's coming in September. I'm like I don't care about September. I care about like what else.
Right, right.
I don't know. It'll take. It's like I'll keep looking at it, but we'll have to see what we can see eventually.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, Miss Marvel and Hawkeye are definitely this year, but it'll be at the end of the year.
yeah. Well, I
I think.
don't know if you've noticed, but it's September, so.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, like, this is gonna be November. This is gonna be November, December, I think. Uh,
Let's see.
yeah. So they have What If, right now,
Yeah.
and I think after that is Hawkeye, and then Miss Marvel. At least that's what this says. We didn't get a release date for Hawkeye yet.
I don't think so. What
Okay.
if
November
November
24th.
24th? Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. They may plug Miss Marvel in here. For September October.
I don't. Wouldn't they want to get that closer to the release of the movie?
Well, but I mean, it's not coming out
Oh
this
yeah,
year.
you're right. You're right. That's gonna come out. Yeah, in a while. Wait, is Miss Marvel's next year or the year after?
I think it's 20. I think it's 22. Might be 23.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it's not. It's 20. It's November. It's November of 2022. It's next year.
Oh, okay.
It's late next year.
Miss Marvel is. It says its scheduled debut is. Oh wait, it's saying this year. Okay, so we'll see. I guess we have What If, and I guess in the meantime. But yeah, no new Star Wars. Nothing Star Wars this year. I don't think else is coming out.
Nah, I think we're
Mhm.
full up on Star Wars for the year.
Yeah, they finished up the Book of Boba Fett, which is good, and I'm assuming they'll be starting Mandalorian anytime.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to watch the behind the scenes?
I did. I actually just watched that the other day.
Oh, okay. What'd you think?
God, man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of the monumental amount of secrecy that had to go into that.
Yeah, it's a wonder how they pulled that off.
Right.
Yeah, it was good though. It's good shit.
But no, it's like the technology scares the hell out of me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's great that like it does them too, where they're like we first off we just want to say we didn't make deepfake technology. We didn't start this. This program is out there. We just showed that you can do really, 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 really cool stuff with it. That also happens to be frightening.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I learned. Okay, so I guess we were talking about Matrix real fast. If I could take a detour for just a second.
Go for it.
Apparently Morpheus died in the Matrix MMO, so I don't know if that's going to be canon.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
I'm curious if maybe it'll be a surprise. Maybe they're just holding him off. I don't know.
I was almost pretty sure that like he was confirmed to be returning.
I didn't see him in the trailer at all, and I looked up IMDb. It did not. Maybe I didn't.
Huh.
Yeah. Because in the trailer, the guy who wakes him up is the new guy, right? It's the guy from Watchmen. Yeah. So he's even wearing like his glasses, the circle glasses. So it really stood out that I was like, wait a second, where the fuck is Morpheus? I don't know. Maybe it's a surprise. Maybe he is in it. Maybe it was one of those things where they mentioned it, but now they don't. They're kind of like keeping it hush hush because they want to. Yeah. They want his moment to be big in the movie, or who knows? Maybe they incorporate the MMORPG. Which I doubt. Hey, I played that too. I played that for a month or two.
They incorporated stuff from the Enter the Matrix video game.
They did?
That's where the two albinos came from, right?
I forget now. I haven't seen that in years, dude.
Like my God. Like, oh yeah, no, the Enter the Matrix game is actually canon.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
That was such a good game, though.
I ain't fair, but not really the point.
Oh yeah, but I know I think it was great. But man, I loved that game. Did you ever play it?
20-some years ago, yeah.
Yeah, dude. For the time, that kind of slowing down the bullet speed or whatever, that was like brand new, right? That was like Max Payne did, I think.
Yeah.
In Matrix Revolutions, it was really good in there. I just remember playing that. And I remember my stepbrother never really played video games, but I remember him he just stopped for 2 or 3 hours and was like, "This is so cool, this is awesome." Yeah. Anyway.
So, I don't know. And the way, according to Lawrence Fishburne, they never came to him about it.
That's really odd.
Yeah. So either he's full of it,
right,
or they just didn't have plans for him.
That doesn't.
I can kind of understand why, because their story was told. But he and Neo, that story's kind of over. What, he has to go in and pull him back out of the Matrix again?
It seems like they created a new character to do that exact same thing.
Yeah, but I wonder how much different he's gonna be.
If that's true, they should not have put him in the same glasses. They should, you know what I mean?
It could be his kid. It could be somebody related to him or something. It could be somebody who is explicitly following that mantle. Maybe he's taking on that form in the Matrix because it's something that's reminiscent and they're trying to jog his memory or something.
True. But, I guess I can't be the only one going, wait a second, where's... Kotaku actually has an article right now about it, so I guess I'm definitely not the only one. But, yeah, I thought it was odd. Because that's I think of him as a part of the trio, right? So yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. This may all be a cleverly crafted ruse. Who knows?
Right. Right. That'd be cool. All of a sudden at the end, or something like that.
Yeah.
I was reading that. I think we talked about this before about how Will Smith turned it down for Wild West.
Yeah. Yeah, that worked out well for him.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to say I regret it, but there are some, things I might have done differently. Some choices. But yeah. Oof. Anyway, where were we?
Squirrels, apparently.
Squirrel. Oh, yeah, I sent you the squirrel girl.
Yeah, I just took a look at that and I was like, no, thank you.
No, she looks exactly like Squirrel Girl.
No, I just mean on the squirrels. Like that's a hard pass on the squirrels.
Yeah, that was going to be on Freeform.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, apparently, hold on, let me pull up the tweet. The guy tweeting about it said one of the executives, the show is very LGBTQ friendly, and one of the executives did not like that. The guy went on like a Twitter rant about how it was about how it was one of the reasons why they ended up passing on the show. Of course, Disney Plus and all that other stuff came about, but he just went on about his experience on the show and how one of the executives was just an asshole about the whole thing.
It was a shock.
Yep. Yeah.
TV executive out of touch with reality.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. I forgot. I think it was one of those things I hate this because Twitter will show you things who someone you follow likes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. So now I'm like, wait, what was the guy's name that liked it?
Right.
Yeah. Hold on. I should be able to find it in just a second. He might have shared it. I don't know. He didn't, of course. Oh, wait, I can click likes.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, did the guy delete it? Anyway. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, so let's just, I guess, move on. Because it was cool. He shared, like, a couple videos of, like, test footage of them working the squirrels and stuff.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
No, thanks. I'm good. Good. Squirrels and I do not get along.
Really?
Oh, have I never told you that story?
No. Oh, I thought you were just being funny about squirrels.
Oh, no. So, shoot, I forget. This has been 5-6 years now, I think.
Okay.
But at the house I used to rent, the little place had a decent little front yard, and I was always one of those guys who would joke when I'd see somebody who had their cat out on a walk. I was like, "What are you doing? That's not a dog. You don't take a cat out on a walk." So I was walking my cat around my front yard because we'd get her outside, and it was one of those where it was the same thing with Crocs, where I was like, they're ugly and they're awful, and I'll never wear them, and now I'm trying to find a second pair.
So your cat's an inside cat, it's not an outside cat.
Yeah, she was an inside cat, but she used to have, when we lived in Florida, she had like a big lanai that she could lay out on and everything. So we got her little harness and everything, and we'd walk her around outside, and she'd graze and get air and everything. That was fine.
Yeah.
But one day I was doing that, and I see, you look around, you got big trees everywhere, so of course you got squirrels, and I was like, oh, all right, whatever, squirrels, who cares?
Yeah.
And there's a couple of them sitting on one of the branches, and I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And then a third one comes about halfway up that tree, and then jumps down onto the fence and goes running down the fence, making their little chittering sound the whole time. I was like, well, all right, this guy's having a spaz attack. Is he okay? And every so often, because he'd go hopping down this fence, and a squirrel would pop up on the fence. And he did this down to the backyard, jumped onto the railing on the back deck we had, disappeared behind the house as he ran across because, I can't see through a house. I caught him when he
Right.
jumped back on to the fence on the other side, and he comes running up, still chittering away. And I'm looking up in the trees, and there's another squirrel, and then there's another squirrel, and he winds up on the mailbox at the front of the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And another squirrel comes up and hops in the little tree that hangs over the mailbox. So I am now surrounded by a squadron of squirrels that this little scout has rallied.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around at these squirrels that are just in formation, and I was like, okay, I did not realize that y'all had a Delta team. So
But you had a cat with you.
Yeah.
Your cat would have chased them off easy, though.
No, she was a small cat.
Oh, okay.
She was a small cat, and I'm honest. This is not a joke. I'm telling you, there were a dozen squirrels. Like we had been outflanked,
Yeah.
and so I just kind of like I'm keeping my eyes on all of them and just slowly crouching down and just picking her up. No sudden movements, backing up around the porch, opening the screen door, like the whole time, just watching it. It was like the birds, but with squirrels.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest damn thing. But after that, I'm like, nah, I ain't messing with squirrels. Nope. I've seen it. I've seen one do reconnaissance, and I've seen one be a messenger and like rally the troops. Nah, I saw squirrels on maneuvers. I'm good, thanks. Nah.
Yeah.
It's why everybody is like, man, can you believe Squirrel Girl beat Thanos? Yes, I absolutely can. I 100% believe it. And she beat Galactus too. Yeah, you don't have to tell me twice, man. Mm-mm.
That's funny.
That's not something I ever need to repeat. Nah, I'm good at things.
Wow, I wonder why they were so.
I don't know. I think.
Do you have like feed or anything in the
Nope.
yard? Or okay.
No, there wasn't a bird feeder. We didn't, throw out giant handfuls of peanuts or something like.
Yeah.
Nope. There was nothing other than these squirrels were just like, hey, you want to mess with this guy?
Right. They're basically just rats with fluffy tails too, which is.
Yeah, well, don't let anybody tell you squirrels don't have military organization capabilities, because I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I have seen it, and it's terrifying. Just
Yeah.
because you watch this and you're like, no, this is organized. This wasn't just, hey, there's a whole bunch of squirrels here. There was planning put into this. Like, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not how that should be.
Right.
But
Oh yeah.
so that was that's where I'm just like, nah, I don't mess with squirrels.
Yeah.
Like, nah, they're just squirrels. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, keep telling yourself that. Keep telling yourself that. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Come back, and the next thing you know, they've overthrown your house. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, how did my mudroom collapse? Like, what did it got dug out from underneath? Yeah, you pissed off the squirrels, didn't you?
That's funny.
It was something.
Yeah.
But so
Cool.
I don't. But yeah, so I don't mess with squirrels. But
Yep. We won't be getting new Warriors anytime soon, I don't think.
yeah, at least not anytime soon. But don't be surprised if that's not something they come back to at some point.
Yeah. Especially, like I said, this kind of. Okay, I did the hashtag New Warriors. It looks like the original guy took it down. He might have gotten in trouble.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because he was railing after, and all the people retweeting it are talking about the executive and him being homophobic, and it's a shame they never got it. But yeah, it was interesting seeing all behind the scenes stuff. Like it showed her room, and like in her room she had like posters of like Tony Stark and stuff. So I thought it was funny. But yeah, anyway, where were we? Star Wars, Terrifying Tales.
Yeah.
That's where it left off somehow. Yeah.
But Paramount decided it needed to kick some of its movies down the road again.
Yeah.
Top Gun Maverick will not be coming out this Thanksgiving. It will be coming out next. What is that? Memorial Day, I think.
Oh my god.
It's coming out May 27th of
Okay.
next year. Yeah, they moved it a whole, what's that, 7 months? This movie
Jeez.
has been delayed for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's wild.
yeah. That and they moved it to Mission Impossible 7's release date. That was when it was going to come out. So that got bumped to September 30th of 2022. So not a giant jump for that.
I feel like every time I turn on the news, someone is telling Tom Cruise that he can't like take a rocket ship to the moon or something for that movie.
Yeah, and he's going to. He's not only going to take a rocket ship to the moon, he'll be in a spacesuit, but he'll be like tethered to the nose of it or something.
Yeah, like I'm not even kidding. I think I read somewhere like the United States government told him he could not do a certain stunt.
I would not be surprised.
It was like the Air Force or something. They're like, no, you can't fly this plane. Sorry, like you just can't. You're not. You're an actor.
Oh, the Navy. No, that was the Navy. That was
Yeah,
the
it was the Navy.
Yes,
Okay.
the Navy actually had to come down and be like, no, you can't actually pilot a fighter jet.
Right.
Like they
Right.
had,
Just
yes, they had to make an official. They had to take an official stand on it. I remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I wasn't being facetious. I was then
Yeah,
like, literally, the government's telling him he can't do something.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that was, yeah. God, I remember because there was a whole hullabaloo about that with Maverick when they were like, yeah, and Tom Cruise wanted to do these stunts, and the Navy told him no. I was like,
yeah,
that's wild.
it's
That's
crazy.
insane. And they also decided to bump Jackass Forever from the end of October to February 4th, because that makes sense.
Why?
Because they're moving I guess they just felt like they needed to move their whole slate. Um,
Yeah, I
Jackass
guess they're.
Forever is one that they could have just said, you know what? Let's just put that out on digital. Because
Yeah,
it's not going to make. I understand moving your blockbuster movies. Like, a lot of people are going to come out for Maverick. A lot of people are going to come out for Mission Impossible. You're not
yeah,
going to get a bigger crowd for Jackass. That crowd
yeah,
is that crowd. It's not going to change.
yeah,
So get it out and make your money because you're going to be fine. Even if you just put it on streaming, you'd still make the money.
yeah,
Like that's one I don't quite understand.
yeah. Just like they put Pokemon the movie Secrets of the Jungle is coming in October,
Yeah.
straight to Netflix. Like that's straight up what they should do.
Yeah, like Paramount absolutely could have done that because they have their own streaming platform.
Yep.
But like, I mean, that would have been fine. Like that would have been something they could have done, and it wouldn't have hurt. And I really don't think. I think that if they had decided that, you know what, Jackass Forever needs to be on our streaming service, I
Yeah.
don't think that theaters would have been too upset about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, um,
There
but
was another there was another app that was picking up a book that I recently started. The book's called Jade City, but I forgot what the app who picked it up though. I think it was Paramount or hold on. Peacock, that's it. Have you ever heard of Jade City?
no,
Jade City is a really cool concept. I don't know much about it because I just started it, but it is a Asian inspired fantasy because most fantasies is set in, medieval, England kind of a setting, I guess.
right? Yeah, they're all Middle Earth ish.
Middle Earth ish. This is very different. This is an Asian inspired like metropolis, kind of like the 70s Hong Kong, and it is about it's almost like you have the triad and stuff like that, so it's very gangster, but in this universe Jade gives people it holds power, just kind of like in real life, a lot of cultures, Asian cultures, Jade is the there's a meaning to it, right? It has a cultural meaning to them. So that's kind of where it starts out. It's this fantasy journey with it's got mystical powers, but it is set in like a 70s Hong Kong, and it's about a gangster warfare. And the three books, from what I understand, tell like a generational story. So like it jumps generations between the books. So you have this huge epic. So I saw that
Nice.
Peacock picked that up. So
Interesting. Yeah, here it says that
yeah.
Fonda Lee, who's the author, describes the novel as The Godfather with magic and kung fu. Sold.
Exactly.
That is a magnificent elevator pitch. That's it.
Yeah.
Like what's okay, sell me on this thing. It's like The Godfather but with magic and kung fu. Done.
Yeah.
Like I am in.
Oh yeah.
Like that is the shortest and most fantastic elevator pitch I've ever heard.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. I heard Daniel Green talk about it. He's the guy that I always watch for like fantasy news and stuff like that. And
Right.
I was like, that is such a like awesome concept. I feel like a lot of the fantasy stuff is the same, and this is very different. I shouldn't say the same. My narrow mind thinks that, if that makes sense, when there's just a ton of people doing a ton of different things. But
most of what breaks through seems to be very similar. I think
exactly.
that's a way to look at it. There is
Right.
I mean, God knows there is plenty of variety out there.
Yeah.
But most of what's on the bestseller list, or what everybody's always talking about, or what's getting picked up at studios, things that are brought into more of a limelight tend to be of a similar vein.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so much room for it. As we can see with, Shang-Chi, like how fucking amazing that did over the weekend.
Yeah.
We need more stuff like that. Absolutely, dude. 100%.
Yeah. But in the flip side of news to what Paramount did, Sony looked at the numbers that Shang-Chi did and said, we got this Venom movie coming out in the middle of October. We're going to move it up to October 1st.
Oh, wow.
They just straight up bumped it up 2 weeks. They were like, nah.
Why do they keep moving this?
I love that they do. I don't care. Because especially now that because now it doesn't come out around the same time as Halloween does. Because the Halloween sequel comes out, I think, either that week or the week after. And I think it's that week. I think it's also the 15th. So they moved it up to get away from that. And I'm here for it. Let's do it. Move it up another week. I don't care. Hell, bring it out tomorrow. Like, there's nothing coming out this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd love that.
But no, I like that they did that. So we'll see where that leads to. And then Netflix has another one of their interactive projects in the works. And I don't know how I feel about this one. I really don't. It's called Escape the Undertaker, and it's about the Undertaker.
Yeah.
And it's about the New Day escaping the Undertaker.
Well, when we saw AJ Styles versus Undertaker, didn't we talk about how they should totally make this a thing?
We might have. Don't tell me this is our fault. Don't blame me.
I'm pretty sure we talked about why doesn't the WWE do more things like this with wrestlers like The Undertaker that have this mythology behind them? Like, he could totally have a special. Like, I want to go back and listen to the episode because we talked about this. I remember verbatim.
We probably did.
Yeah.
We genuinely probably did.
And how, like, a lot of, when the what do you call it? I don't know what you would call them. The people that, not truest, but the people who like wrestling to be one way and not branch out or do anything kind of like this.
Oh, Jim Cornette.
Jim Cornette, yeah. But not even Jim Cornette. I mean, because Jim Cornette was behind a lot of the Kane stuff. But yeah, I guess like Jim Cornette when it comes to the AJ Styles match. When they're right, it's not really wrestling. It's more of a TV show. What the Undertaker did with AJ Styles with that, to me, that was the first time I really saw it like step into something else, like a completely different medium. It felt like you were watching a TV show. Does that make sense?
Yeah, fair enough.
I know what I'm saying sounds so dumb because obviously wrestling is a TV show, but it was like, this is this little horror movie, and I'm all for it. Like, I'm totally for it. And it was a way for them to, the Undertaker with his age and what he's gone through, they were still able to make him this crazy character running around scaring the shit out of AJ Styles. and I was like, man, we really should get way more of this. They could totally have an Undertaker series, and it seems like that's what we're getting. We're gonna get a Halloween special, essentially.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And that's great. I'm 100% for this. This is the stuff they could have actually done with Bray Wyatt. You know, I think it's cool because you still have the wrestling, you still have the show, but you get cool little stuff like this. They should have been doing this a long time ago.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that we've known that kayfabe is dead for a very long time.
Right.
So, I mean, this hurts nothing. This
It felt like Mortal Kombat when we were watching it.
Yeah.
And that's how they should make these characters larger than life. I don't know.
I'll check it out when it happens because it's gonna be interesting. It may be a disaster because it's a WWE project, but
right. Purist, that's the word I was thinking of. Jesus, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Ever since I scratched my eye this morning, I've been just totally thrown off. Yeah.
So we got the first images from Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Which I hope that's not the whole official title because God, that's a mouthful and a half.
Yeah.
And okay, they're wearing the outfits and everything. Like I like this. I need a trailer for to see, because this is a franchise that, film wise, I don't think you can do worse than they've done, but I really hope they don't surprise me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
The Old Guard is getting a sequel. Did you ever watch that on Netflix?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, you should. It's actually really good.
The Old Guard.
Yeah. Charlize Theron. It's the whole thing about we're immortals and we're assassins, or however it went.
Oh no, I don't think I've ever seen that.
You should. It's actually really, really good.
Okay, yeah, I'll check that out.
But yeah, it's getting a sequel directed by Victoria Mahoney, which is a name that not a lot of people are going to be familiar with. She's done most of her directing work was in TV. She's done an episode of a handful of different things. Her biggest credit, though, she was the second unit director for a little film called The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
So that's definitely something. That's definitely a credit you can hang your hat on and just be like, nah, I did the second unit for this. And it's like, oh, okay. Well then, yeah, we'll give you a Netflix movie to do. Absolutely. Yeah. That's. But, so I'm, a little bit excited about that, at least.
Yeah. Okay.
The thing that I am actually really excited for is they're doing a new Rocketeer movie.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be produced by David Oyelowo, who may also be starring in it. And it's going to be written by Ed Rencourt, who did Now You See Me.
Okay.
Which I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
So it's going to be called The Return of the Rocketeer, and I'm hyped. Let's go. I loved The Rocketeer.
Yeah, it's been years since I've seen it.
It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it. It holds. It absolutely holds up.
Yeah.
It's so good. I had the mask. I had a paper version of the helmet and everything. God, I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
The design is just so cool.
Yeah. It does look rad.
But I'm here for it. Give me another one. There was talk about doing a series for it a while back. And I
can see that.
They've gone a different way with it. I don't care what way they go with it. Just give me more of it.
Yeah.
There is officially going to be an Expendables 4.
Okay.
Stallone's been talking about this for 3 years, but it was always just, Stallone talking about things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody knew what he was saying, so this news was a surprise to everybody.
Yeah.
But the additions to the cast are Tony Jaa, 50 Cent, because when you think big budget action movie, you want 50 Cent, and Megan Fox, which I actually do find is an interesting cast. I think that'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. With these, you got to get The Rock, right?
You can't afford it. No, because
You
this
got to
is
get John Cena. Like when I think
no,
of if you're gonna do a movie like this again, and you
no.
want the big action stars,
No, that's because that's not what this is
no.
about. This is about either the old guys who are on the way out or the newer-ish people on the way in. This is about people who aren't the current crop of action stars.
Okay.
I mean it's guys like Stallone and Harrison Ford and Wesley Snipes. Like these are 90s guys. And when you bring and the blood that you bring in is brand new blood. It's why we had Scott Eastwood and Ronda Rousey. It was that bridge between the old and the new. The Rock is established. John Cena is established. If this was done, you know, 10
20
years
years from
ago,
now?
yeah, sure, bring in John Cena. But
Gotcha.
no. It would be like, why, it'd be like bringing in somebody like you
Oh, The
could
Miz. They could bring in The Miz.
yeah, but they want talent. They
I'm kidding.
he's busy on Dancing with the Stars this year.
Right,
Um
right.
hey, you know what? Good for him. He's out
Yeah.
there living his life, and he gets paid to live his life and have it videotaped. Good to hell for him. Like
Yeah.
if you listen, the thing that's great. Find if you listen to any podcasts that he's on, where like he will sit down and talk about like everything that he when
Yeah.
he decided to make that transition from the real world to wrestling and everything. Like he went to school. Like he studied wrestling. He took acting classes. Like I mean, he put in the work. You
I'll
know?
never forget because I didn't watch wrestling at all during that time period when he joined it and
Yeah.
got big. I'll never forget because I did watch Real World. I did watch Real World versus Road Rules, and I remember him and he would always get picked on. I remember him always being like, "I'm the Miz and I want to be a wrestler," and they're like, "Okay, okay, Mike." I'll never forget when I saw him in the ring. I don't know how I caught him for the first time, but I was like, holy shit, he did it.
Yeah.
Like he actually did it. I remember that I was like, that's the Miz. This is always his dream. I thought he would just went off into obscurity of doing Road Rules, hosting Road Rules Challenge for the 80th time. I never knew that he became a WWE dude. And I remember seeing that. I was like, holy shit. I think he was with R-Truth or somebody. He was doing something with R-Truth. That's all
Yeah,
I remember.
the Awesome Truth. They were a tag team.
Yeah, yeah. And I was just like, holy shit, he did it.
Yep, he did it.
Well, good Lord. Yeah. Yeah, there was a whole part of that wrestling that I never watched. And I went back and checked out. Like, same with like CM Punk, you know? Wait, we could talk about that if you want. Did you see
Yeah, let's
All
talk
Out?
about All Out, shall we?
Yeah.
Like, holy hell. Like, first of all, putting aside, we'll put the surprises aside for a second. The show itself was phenomenal. Like, that was a damn good wrestling pay-per-view.
That was one of the best pay-per-views I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, that's one that people looked at and said, you know what? It was 50, $60. That was worth it.
Yeah.
And they were absolutely right. Um,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like the match quality was superb. Seeing CM Punk back in the ring and the story that they told, it's like, yeah, remember why we loved this guy and how
Yeah.
freaking good he is? Yeah. Um, I
Yeah.
love that we got the Ruby Soho debut. I am hyped as all hell.
Yeah.
Um, and then I loved the double pop at the end.
Yeah.
I loved when they brought out Adam Cole, and you were
Mhm.
like, oh, okay, all right, let's see where this goes. And then it's like, oh, he's gonna join back with his friends because of course he was.
Yeah.
Why not? So they killed him on their little web show. Like that doesn't count for anything, right? There's no bad blood there. That's not gonna resurface at all.
Yeah.
But and then okay, cool, fine. So then we're gonna go home, and that's all right. They got their big debut, whatever, and now we'll get out of here. Not quite.
Yeah.
we still have to debut Daniel Bryan. It's like, oh, okay, sure,
Yeah.
sure. Why
That
the
was
hell
great.
not? God, AEW is a magical place right now.
They
No,
really
no,
are.
no question. But
Yeah.
I'm so pumped to see where they go from here because they have all the talent in the world, and
I feel like this
it's
was a great jumping on point too.
it was, yes,
Like,
this was definitely the start of like, okay, you now it's on. Now we're
yeah,
here. This
yeah,
was, this was bringing in, I mean, Punk was their Hogan in terms of bringing in the big name.
yes.
No, there's absolutely zero question about it. And then, you've got Adam Cole, you've got now Bryan Danielson. It's go
Well,
time.
well,
Let's
that Punk match with Darby Allin was probably one of the best matches I've seen in a very long time.
the psychology is great. They can tell somebody like Punk can tell a story in that ring
Hmm.
with very crisply. Like he can do in a 12-minute match what it might take somebody else 20 minutes to do.
Yeah,
And you don't feel cheated. You don't feel like it was rushed. You get exactly they are telling the story that they want to tell. They're hitting all the right beats, but they're not dragging it out because
mm,
there's no need for that. There's no need for that kind of, you know, filler back and forth whatever.
right.
Like they hear the beats that they're going to hit and everything in between, like it's all with a purpose. There's a
Yeah,
utility about it. That's the word I kept looking for. But you don't feel cheated. You don't feel like it's, oh well, it's, I wish this could have, I mean, I would have liked for it to have been, 25 minutes, but it didn't need to be.
mm,
So why should it be? You
right.
know, that's what Punk brings. Punk brings that kind of utility where it's like, here's the story we're telling. We don't need to go longer than this. We also need at least this much time, and then we're gonna do it. And they did, and that was a damn good match. That cage match was bonkers,
Yeah.
but it worked. Like
Hmm.
I am not a fan of I am one of those who's not a fan of like the Young Bucks style of tag team wrestling. I it's I am absolutely one of those who's like they do too much. Um,
Okay, Cornette.
I I don't hate on it. I don't hate on it. I understand that like that's where the style is headed. Okay, fine. Y'all have that. Have your fun. It's not entirely my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But in that kind of environment with those kind of stakes, with
Hmm.
that kind of stipulation, that all made sense.
Yeah.
And that worked. That match again, the storytelling, like that match worked top
Yeah,
to
it was really
bottom.
good.
And Ray Phoenix is a freaking maniac because that cage is twice as tall as a WWE cage.
Yep.
That thing was ridiculous, and just I hats off to him for doing something that I could spend an entire lifetime getting ready to do and never be able to do it. Like that's and I mean it was a
Yeah.
simple drop. It was a simple crossbody, but it was from the top of that freaking cage, and man, you had to hope they were gonna catch you right.
Yep.
Whew. Nah, I couldn't have done it. No way, no way.
Yeah.
They, but that was again. They told the story. That's what professional wrestling is. It's not just about athleticism, and I feel like that's sometimes what gets lost in like the in those kind of young buck style matches
Right.
is the actual story of it. If you can
Right.
tell a great story, I don't care how the hell you do it. And
Hmm.
that match proved it.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, we're gonna do our usual like kind of over the top crap. Okay, fine, but it works for the story you're telling.
Yeah.
So I was here for it. Like that match was fantastic. That was a hell of a cage match.
Yeah, it
But
was great.
but I think like that whole pay per view, top to bottom, was like that is absolutely a top shelf show. Like that is you know like up there with ones like WrestleMania X7 and something like SummerSlam. Was it 02, 03
Hmm.
when Brock beat Rock for the title? Like that's that level of show
Yeah.
where it was like this was insane.
Yep.
But God, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah. I mean, afterwards, I was thinking. I think I've mentioned this before. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be a perfect fit for AEW.
Owens is going to go. His contract's up in January, and he's gone.
Yeah, he has to, man.
I guarantee.
I feel like he would thrive in this environment.
He's teasing it on Twitter.
Oh, he is?
Uh-huh. He tweeted out he tweeted and then deleted out a set of coordinates on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, he's gone. He's good as gone.
And it was the thing that he tweeted out were the coordinates for Mount Rushmore, which in ye olden times was the name of a tag team that was him, Adam Cole, and the Bucks.
Yeah, the Rushmore of wrestling. Yeah. I remember seeing that.
Yep.
That was one of those things that I looked up that was a time when I wasn't watching wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, his matches, the way he talks, everything he does, I feel like it would be perfect in AEW.
He would. He is absolutely tailor made for it.
Yeah.
And the thing that's great now is if you look at the Bucks Twitter profile, their location is set to there. Kevin Owens' location is set to almost there.
Oh, that's funny.
He's gone, man. His contract is up in January, and he will bounce. Absolutely.
Man, that's when I started to get back into wrestling. Is when it was when he was doing his transition between NXT and Raw or SmackDown or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember seeing the match specifically where he became the Universal Champion, and I remember thinking just now thinking back, that was one of the most genuinely surprising moments in wrestling for me, was seeing that, because who thought he would win that match of all those people? Same with everyone thought I was going to go to what Roman Reigns or yeah. And when Triple H hands him the title, or he does the pedigree or whatever, it's a genuinely surprising moment. And we haven't seen Kevin Owens like that in years, where he's just on fire. They're just, shocked and whatever.
No, God, I put him in AEW and let him go, and holy hell. Kevin Owens is one of the most charismatic and creative people. Just look up anything on YouTube of people, taping him during a house show. He kills it.
Yeah.
There's the one video that goes around of him. He's got Roman Reigns in that side headlock, and they're down on the canvas, and he's just trash talking a fan, and Roman is dying. He can't stop himself from laughing.
Imagine him and MJF in the same place.
Oh my! Just here's you a promo off. Is Kevin? He'll be Kevin Steen when he goes to AEW. MJF and CM Punk. That's burn the house down, man. It's over. It's done. There is nothing else you can do after that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's such a shift right now,
right?
And I don't know what the WWE's doing. I did see Triple H. You see the news about him?
Yeah, he had a cardiac event, and they were like he was treated. It was caused by a genetic. It was caused by a genetic condition. He'll be fine, etc., etc. Good.
Does that just mean heart attack? Is when they say cardiac event?
Sometimes it could basically, it just means anything like heart attack related. Or heart attack like.
Yeah.
And it may have just been that he had severe chest pain, and he went in and they were like, yeah, nope, this is a problem. We got to fix this. It could have been one of a number of things, but it's heart related for sure.
Yeah. Because I've been hearing they've been pulling NXT from him, but I guess it might just be this.
Well, I don't think that's this. I think that's Nick Khan whispering in Vince McMahon's ear. I mean, Nick is the one who's in charge of cutting all the wrestlers so that their payroll looks better.
I swear, behind the scenes of WWE is way more interesting than what's going on the screen.
Yeah, because what's going on the screen is fairly boring. What's going on behind the scene is insanity.
Yeah. They literally handed AEW these stars on a silver platter.
You had Adam. All they have to do is listen to their damn fans. How do you let Brian go?
Yeah.
How? I mean, the guy pulled the fans in to the point where they hijacked shows and demanded he be added to WrestleMania, and WWE had to listen to them.
Yeah.
They would not shut up
Yep.
because of how much they loved Bryan. And they
Yeah.
finally got what they wanted. At WrestleMania 30, that main event, the pop when he won it blew the roof off that place.
Right.
And then some. And you take that guy who is always at the top, who always has some of the loudest and most complete fan, you know, I can't think of the word, interaction. You know, whenever he's out there, whether he's cutting promo or he's wrestling or he just shows up to do commentary, I mean, the fans rallied around him even when they hated him. You know, when he was doing his whole the planet's champion thing and he had the vegan belt and all, he sold that so well, and we were happy to hate him for it because it was terrible, it was awful. He was a fantastic heel, but we knew not to cheer him. Like, we weren't supposed to cheer him. We weren't supposed to be like, you're doing so good at this, yay. We're like, no, you're awful, boo. But he knew how to do it. He knew that he was the most beloved person in that whole company, and he turned it around. And it worked because that's how damn good he is. And his ring work is just as good. And they decide, nah, we're just going to let him walk? Okay, but you're going to pay for it. Like, there will be monstrous consequences for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just... how do you do... And I mean, I get it, because Adam Cole is small. They're like, well, we don't want that anymore. Well, then you're gonna lose. You are outright gonna lose. Because your track record with big guys, just because they're big, kind of sucks. You know, nobody really looks back too fondly on the great Khali. Like,
no.
I'm sure he's a lovely man, but his time in WWE was not fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we haven't even gotten to like Braun Strowman yet, or Bray Wyatt. Like,
how and that's here's the thing. Bray, I get, because he wanted to do creative things, and I feel like that's just not the business WWE is in right now. They're just not. The one that confuses the hell out of me is Braun. Yeah. Braun was absolutely everything that Vince wants. By all reports, Braun ticked every single box. He was big. He was a draw. He cuts a good promo.
Money. He signed to, what, a $5 million contract?
Yeah, well, when that's the kind of guy you have, give him a little bit of creative freedom, and he will be well worth the money.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't know it. When he picked up that giant-ass bass to play in that feud with Elias, like, I mean, that's the kind of thing.
It's great.
It's hilarious. And people loved it. And you could tell he was having fun. God, let these people have fun for once.
Oh, yeah. With him going off script and saying, come get these hands and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, he did that himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And these people are just hand-fed to them on a silver platter. Who knows? They might go to Impact. They might go to AEW. But the good thing is, no matter where they go, we know they can interact with each other, right?
Yep, they sure can.
Even if they go to Impact. So,
I don't know, man.
The thing is they have like now we might run into the problem of too much talent going to the other side. Hopefully there's still room for everybody. I have to imagine if you're in AEW since the beginning, you're probably worried about your spot. You're probably worried about all of that. I mean, I thought CM Punk did a good job of making the other guy, Darby, look great in the match. Like, that was he didn't look like he didn't know what he was doing or anything like that. Like, he looked like a star, right?
Yeah. No, and that's the point. That's the whole point. And I think that guys like Punk and Bryan especially understand that. These aren't, even upperclassmen coming in. These are the tenured professors who are coming in, and their job, as much as it is to put on a great show and help get people to watch and to continue to be present and be active, their main purpose is not just to put over the other guys.
Right.
It is to make them look like stars. And
Yeah.
that's what Punk did. Like Punk made
Yeah.
Darby Allin look like $1,000,000. Like he got in there and hung, and you know it. Obviously he lost. CM Punk is not going to lose his first match back. No way. But Darby
Right.
made it a hell of a show, and that's the point. That's the idea. Yes, wins and losses matter, but it's also how you win and lose.
Yeah.
Like, do you just get thoroughly whooped and made to look like a schmuck? Or do you put up that fight and, you hang in there until, damn, you know what? This guy was too good. Like that's how you tell a story.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be, The heel gets beat, and so, they either like have to come around to the good side of things, or they have to go further into, well, that didn't work, so now I have to cheat more. Now maybe I need, I have to get more desperate. Maybe I need help. Maybe I need people who are going to help me cheat to win, to get what I want to do.
Yeah.
The good guy loses. Well, it's like, all right, well, all right, I got beat. What happened? Did I get screwed? Well, now I'm angry about it. That was why nobody believed John Cena for the decade he was on top. Because whenever he lost because he got cheated or he got screwed or something messed up happens, John never really got angry. And that's why people turned on him, because it seemed so fake.
Yeah.
Like that's the reality part of professional wrestling. If something like that happens to you and you're constantly getting screwed out of victories and titles and all that stuff, you're gonna get angry about it. You're gonna kick down somebody's locker room door. You're gonna trash their stuff. You're gonna beat up their henchmen.
Yeah.
That was never John. He was just, well, they were dirty and underhanded, but I don't sink to their level, and they're gonna get what's coming to them. And everybody was just like, that's just stupid. Go whoop some ass. Like,
Right.
get angry. Like, you can be an upset and angry good guy. Like, being angry about losing when there's cause for it doesn't turn you into a heel. Like, it shows that there's depth to your character.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna see more of in AEW. I mean, look at what the Elite have done. They were good guys for the longest time, and then they got gold, and it went to their heads.
Yep.
And they embraced kind of that persona that everybody had sort of put on them. So they went, well, all right, fine, we're just gonna lean into it.
Yep.
And it's compelling as hell because, man, you want somebody to take Kenny Omega's head off.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You want somebody to throw Don Callis off a yacht. Like,
Yep.
oh, God, I hate Don Callis. But I'm supposed to hate Don Callis, which is great.
Right.
Like, you're supposed to want them to lose. You're supposed to want them to get beat. And you're supposed to get angry when they still manage to cheat to win. That's how this works.
Yeah.
The overall formula has not changed in, 100 years, however the hell long this has been a thing. But it's all in the details.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't watched wrestling in a long time, so it's been fun coming back to it.
It's a good time. It's a good time to do it. Like this, especially just, at least not with NXT. Have you seen their rebranding NXT?
I saw it's very colorful.
I hate it so much. They make it look like they moved it to, Venice Beach.
Right. What are they going for? WCW look?
I don't know, but God, they may well be.
Yeah. It looked like a paint party. I went to a paint party years ago at UCF where you wear white shirts and you throw paint around. That's what it looked like.
It's just I don't know what the hell they're going for here.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
It's not going to be a good look for them.
Yeah.
And I shudder to think about what that roster is going to look like in a year.
Yeah.
Like is Johnny Gargano going to be gone? Is Tommaso Ciampa going to be gone? How much of them are going to be out? How long does the cruiserweight division last now? Like
Yep.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll come back in a year and be like, so here we are, and NXT is full of all these big ass people who have no idea how to work.
Yeah.
Like I'm just afraid that's what they're gonna do. I don't mind big people. Like there's nothing wrong. Like if you want to have giants, all right, have giants. We've
Yeah,
seen they can work. Like
I saw Big Cass is an Impact now.
yeah,
Good for him.
yeah. Like he took the time and got himself together, and now he's doing good work. Good to hell for
Absolutely.
him. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, and you have guys. You know, look at somebody like Omos over on Raw.
Yeah.
He's being presented the right way too. Like this is a giant dude. So what do you do with him? You just have him whoop people very convincingly and very quickly.
Yeah. I
Like
saw him pick up what's his face by the neck.
like it's ridiculous, and that's how it should be. Like this dude should be a monster, and it should take four guys to take him down. Like
Yeah.
that's and thankfully they've been presenting him that way. And then when they give him a mic, he's funny. Almost is a funny dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is funny.
Like he absolutely let him ride out this program with AJ and let him find his own voice and his own 2 feet to stand on. He absolutely could be somebody that, 2 years down the road, if he wins a world title, people are going to go, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, I'll buy
Right.
that." Sure.
Right.
But,
Yeah. I fucking love wrestling. I can't. I'm so excited to be watching it again.
right, that's a good time. Is absolutely a good time for it.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, AEW is just killing it.
Hell yeah,
Like,
dude.
they're just killing it. But
Did you see the Wheel of Time trailer?
I did see the Wheel of Time trailer. It definitely looks interesting.
Yeah.
It definitely looks interesting.
Oh man, I can't wait. When did we get a date yet?
October. Because we did get a date. I remember we got a date.
Oh, okay, November 19th, 2021.
November. Okay, November this year.
Yeah. So close, dude. I can't wait. I'm so pumped for that. Man, I just wish we were getting more episodes, but it looks great. It's only unfortunately just going to be 6 episodes, but man, I cannot wait. I'm looking at the titles names and oh man, it's so good. So good. I'm cautious. I don't know how they're going to fit a lot of it into it. I'm assuming they're going to do like half of the book for the first season, but man, I'm nervous for it. I know they're already shooting the second season right now though, so hopefully we get it not too far out in the future. But I want it to be done right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it looks good. I can't wait. We'll definitely talk about it when it comes out. Yeah. We got some PlayStation news coming out later today. I guess we'll be talking about next week.
Yeah, there's a a showcase, not a state of play, but a showcase at 4:00 today. But yes,
the big ones, right?
Yeah. Showcases are when they're just like, all right, cool.
Right. Like here's like what do you think they're going to talk about? God of War.
I think we're going to get God of War. We're probably going to get something with Last of Us. We're going to hear more about Horizon Forbidden West, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully we get some kind of Final Fantasy news, whether it's 16 or whether it's Remake Part 2. Outside of that, I got nothing. I don't know. I'm hoping for surprises.
Give me an AllStar Brawl.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Because Nickelodeon's already doing the next one of those.
It's so good. Did you see the SpongeBob taunt?
I did.
Yeah, 100% getting that game. 100% getting that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Isn't that the game kind of everyone talks about? Like, why hasn't Sony done another one?
No, nobody really talks about it because they know why Sony hasn't done another one. They don't have that kind of roster.
Are you kidding me? Sony's roster has just done nothing but grown since that first one.
Okay.
What do you mean? Think of all the game. They got Spider-Man now. Like, there's so many people they could put in that game. Uh, are you kidding, dude? Oh man, it would be so good.
And it's going to be worse, and it's not going to be as good as Smash. And that's and whether or not that is the it winds up being the most important thing, it's the only thing people would talk about, and it would kill it.
I guess, but man, they've come such a long way from that, though. I don't know.
Yeah, nah, not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. The only thing that we do know for sure, because they announced it, is that their next iteration of VR will not be there. They're not going to have a thing for VR at this thing. So.
Oh. Well. Okay. What does that say?
That they're still working on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Interesting.
So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see something God of War. We'll see something Last of Us. We'll probably see. I'm hoping we see some Final Fantasy news of some sort. Other than that, I'm open to surprises.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be terrible surprises, but I'll take surprise.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they do more of a push for putting out their software on PC. I hope we get more news about that. They've been slowly putting their first-party games on PC, and it was leaked during that epic Apple lawsuit that they were in talks with Sony to put their titles exclusively on their store for PC. So I'm curious. I'd love to be able to jump on my PC and play God of War or something like that. Even if it's a year or two out from release date, it'd be cool to get some of the older titles on the PC. But I don't know. That's a long shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I guess it's the reading that they were talking about it is what got me like, okay, well, there's some truth there, but who knows?
I don't know. We'll see what we'll see. But yeah, that's 4:00 Eastern today. Change your local time accordingly.
Yes.
But
oh yeah.
But we also have the PS Plus games for September out. They have Overcooked All You Can Eat, which is, I think, 1, 2, and all the DLC. Something like that. Hitman 2, and Predator Hunting Grounds.
Oh, okay.
So, again, not a bad lineup this month.
Not a bad one, no.
And do we know for sure, are Game Boy games coming to Nintendo Switch Online?
It's rumored. We don't know for sure, but the rumor is that Game Boy and Game Boy Color games will probably be in the next Direct. It's been rumored. Hold on. I guess something popped up. The guy, I forget the guy who leaks stuff before, but apparently he's a credible leaker of Nintendo stuff. Said that they're working on it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hold on. What did I just hit?
I don't know. Probably the wrong thing. Sounds like.
Yeah, I just made everything big. All right, hold on. I know like big outlets like Kotaku and all of that have reported on it, so
right.
It seems to be true. Let's see here. It's no secret. Blah blah blah. Hold on. Whispers about the Game Boys started swirling earlier this week with an episode of Nate the Hate podcast on Tuesday, Nintendo Life, citing its own sources, blah, 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 blah. Apparently this guy leaked a bunch of stuff before. So they think there's some credibility to this. It only makes sense that they do add it to the... That's what the next step, right, for Nintendo Online?
Yeah.
I wish you could just buy these games. I know that sounds crazy, but like, I don't like these services, like as the future of, I don't know. Like if you don't want to pay $20 that month, you lose all of the games.
Yeah.
I would love if they went the route of like Sony and Microsoft now, where if you buy it on a console, you can just re-download it.
Right.
I don't like because I'm afraid that's what's going to happen with. I'm even curious. Like they have to have the Pokemon games in these, right? I mean, they don't, but they have to, right? Like, what is the?
You'd think, but I wouldn't count my chickens.
Yeah, especially with the Pokemon company, because they're gonna want money. You can go on the Game Boy. I'm sorry, the 3DS or the 2DS, and go buy the games for $10 right now, like I did. And I think that's what, like, most people, when they pick up if they get Game Boy games, their Pokemon's the big one, right? You can't really you go too far outside of that, like Zelda, Mario, but what there's not that rich of a library outside of that people have nostalgia for.
Fair.
Until you start getting to the Game Boy Advance. That's when it really picks up. Game Boy and Game Boy Color have a bunch of great games on them, but man, you have to have Pokemon in there. You gotta have the Zelda, you gotta have the Metroid, of course, but I don't know. I just want to be able to buy it. I just want to be able to go into the store, purchase it, and then it show up on the next Nintendo I get.
Yeah.
But that's not even guaranteed because my it's just their system's such a mess. The virtual console for generations for Nintendo has been a failure after failure because nothing carries over. Now they're doing the online, which they're slowly putting things on it, but it's just they have the biggest, and to me personally, they have the best backlog for any company, and they've just flopped when it comes to giving people what they want. What do you think?
I agree. I absolutely agree. Like this was a thing that could have been something really cool, but I don't know, Nintendo just seems to be struggling when it comes to games to anything that isn't A, creating a new console, or B, working on one of their main franchises. Yeah. Like that's like give Nintendo all the credit in the world. They do those two things really well, but that's not enough.
Right. So yeah. The Switch knocked it out of the park with the console itself, but everything surrounding it, like, look at the UI. It's so outdated. It's like you can choose black or white. You can't even choose a background. Like the 3DS has more features than the Switch.
Yeah.
It's insane to me. And their idea of an update is we're going to give you an OLED screen. Okay. That's so niche. That's like you're talking to me. That's great, but like most people are going to look at that and go, well, no. Especially if you already have one.
Right. And I mean, here's the thing with that. Like that kind of thing. When you're talking about like, oh, we upped the RAM, we made an OLED screen, anything that's technical like that you're touting as the big upgrade, you're talking to PC people. And that's not your target market.
Yeah, but even with PC people, they're going to look at that and go, that's just a screen. You didn't update the chip. You didn't actually make it a better console. It's all just what do you call it? Like it's not a real upgrade. It's just what do you call it? Aesthetics. That's all it
basically,
is. Yeah, it's I guess it gets to what when you plug it into a TV, it goes to 1080p or 4K or whatever.
Ooh.
But yeah, exactly. But if the games still are not up to date, I wish they went in the direction of just listening to people and going, okay, you guys want to be able to buy our backlog because it seems like you do? Here you go. Instead of flooding the store with mobile games, like when I say mobile, I mean like a lot of these games they're flooding the store with are just like games you get on your phone. Instead of doing that, they've done really good with indie games. They've flooded it with indie games. That's perfect. Awesome. But you have a backlog of all of these titles that you just can't play. I can't go in there and download the old Metroid games. I can't go in there and download the old Pokemon games. You can now play a lot of the old Mario thanks to the Switch Online, and it's good. It's only $20 a year. That's great.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. But I'd like to be able to just download the game and purchase it, and give the option of that. That should be an option, I guess, is what I'm saying. I don't know if they have the license, right? It's not like they have to pay anything, right? Like, it's their property. They own it. I don't know. It's not like a situation like GTA where, like, you have to remove the music or whatever you got to do. It's all in-house, right?
I mean, you'd think.
For the most part. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, all I can think of is Game Pass, where if you like this game, cool, download it. Hey, this game is going away. Would you like to buy it with a discount as a Game Pass member?
Yeah, it's perfect.
They need to just ape that. Like, that's exactly what they need to do.
I think it's, it's unfortunately the stereotype, right? That a lot of the Japanese developers like Nintendo are kind of stuck in their ways. They are not as forward thinking as a lot of, like, Microsoft is, obviously way more forward thinking right now with what they're doing. We've said that for the last couple of years now, right? Like,
yeah,
we look at what Sony's doing, what Microsoft's doing. Microsoft is going above and beyond to cater to its fans.
And it's working for them. They're not losing money on these games. You would think, looking at Game Pass on the surface, that these studios would be losing money and they'd absolutely hate it. When you talk to the studios, they go, "No, we love it. We sell more copies. It's great."
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It's I look. Yeah. You nailed it on the head with Microsoft. Look what they're doing. I just don't see how they don't understand. Like, they don't. I try to wrap my brain around why for how many years has the Switch been out?
What, three years?
3, 4, maybe.
Something
I don't know.
like that.
And I'm like, I can't buy Pokemon Yellow. Why? How is they have the biggest property on the planet, right? The most highest grossing property. The trading card game is getting insane right now. How can I not buy Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow? How does that exist? And how does it make any sense? Why don't they have the trading card game on there? Do they not see the world going nuts over it? And they're just like, nope, we'll see you guys in 3 years for another Pokemon game. It's like all the time in between they could be releasing stuff like that, and it would sell like crazy. But no, people are going to the black market to buy Pokemon games. They're getting emulators. They're getting it from someplace else. Because those old ones, you can't really play unless you change the battery, right? You got to get a soldering pin.
Yep.
Gun if you want to do that. So, like, what do they? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. I'd love to be in a room with them and be like, "What happened? What's going on? Talk to us. What? Why is this not a thing? Who needs to be shoved in the right direction to be like, hey, this is what people want?" I don't know. So we'll see. I think it's great that Game Boy and Game Boy Color games are coming to Switch Online. I just wish you'd be able to purchase them. And when they get the Game Boy Advance games, that's really when I think it's going to blow up. Because the Game Boy Advance had a ton of games.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, yeah. That's when you're going to get the Fire Red, the Leaf Green. You're going to get all those Metroid games on it. And the GBA had a ton of games. Really Street Fighter, all that. Yeah.
You know what I want to see come back? I was talking with some people at my theater job about this a while back.
Yeah.
And given that we're having the Sony showcase today, I want to see a new Twisted Metal game. It's been long enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I want a new Twisted Metal
not?
game. Because the last one that they did was how many years ago now, and it wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
Like, the presentation was great. I mean, I remember they brought Sweet Tooth in the ice cream truck out on stage at E3. Like, I mean, that was a moment.
Yeah.
But the game was Like, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't particularly great.
You're right.
But that's what I want. Give me new. That's my prediction for a surprise at this showcase.
All right. So you got Twisted Metal. I got the Brawl game.
You want a PlayStation
All
All-Stars Battle Royale 2. That's what you want.
Yep.
Okay. For the sake of humanity, I hope I'm right.
Yep.
You know what? Look, if they wanted to do another Battle Royale, like, I mean, go for it. It was just the problem was the one that they did was very blatantly like Smash Light. It wasn't like their roster was shallow as hell, and it wasn't very good. That was the problem, and I don't know if I trust them to do it better. I really don't.
Yeah. I think now their library just has so many more characters. With the last couple of years.
I mean, I guess, but
and you can throw in some third-party characters too.
Well,
like,
I mean,
you can throw in a guy from Destiny. You know, put Ellie in there. I don't know. I think you can do it. You know, put one of the oh God, what's that game? Oh man, why did my mind just go blank? One of the guys from the Soul games or something like that in there.
Sure, okay.
Obviously Kratos, Nathan Drake, Cloud.
He's already in Smash.
Yeah, he's already in Smash. Aloy. I don't know, Jack and Daxter, of course. I don't know.
Do you see your problem?
Well, those are great characters. What do you mean?
Sure, they are, but that's a roster of like 9.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just not thinking Sackboy, Dante. I don't know, the guys from the Yokozuna, not Yokozuna, Jesus.
The Yakuza games?
Yakuza, yeah. I don't know, Spider-Man, Joel and Ellie. I don't know. You could go to like Final Fantasy character. You could just put Sora in there.
That would be a coup. Like, I'm gonna tell you what, because that's the one that Smash fans have been begging for years.
Yeah, put Joker from Persona.
He's in Smash.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's in Smash. You can put him in this game too.
I think it does matter. Because you look at that and you just go, okay, so you just copied your third-party characters from Smash.
Well, obviously a couple of them would cross over because it only makes sense. They would be in a fighting game for, I don't think you can't do it because they've been in other systems.
I don't think you can't, but I think you shouldn't. I think if you're going to make a Smash clone, you don't use Smash characters.
Oh, okay. Well, then you put a different. I don't know. You put a different Persona character in it. Persona should be there though. Some representation of Persona, and same with Final Fantasy.
Agreed.
Maybe is Korra in or not Korra? Is Sora in Smash?
No, they want Sora in Smash, but I think Sora would be a great get for a Sony Smash basically. But
you put I don't know, what's that game where he rolls the ball around, the little green guy?
What?
The little green guy who, like, it's the Japanese game and he rolls the ball around and it gets all the little things. It catches it. It's like Kamari. What's it called?
What is it? Katamari Damacy or whatever?
That's it. Yes. Put that little guy in there.
Okay, sure.
That'd be a great character. What do you mean? It'd be great. The infamous dude. I don't know. Like, Sony has characters. Metal Gear Solid puts Solid Snake in there. Put all of the snakes in there.
Yeah, sure, because he's in Smash.
That's true, but you can't just go, well, that Smash has it. Like,
I absolutely can, because that's what everybody else is going to do.
Put Cartman in it from The Stick of Truth. I don't know.
Now, you see, here's the thing, though. Now you're talking. Now you're talking, and that's why I want to push this. Like, if you're gonna do this, I want to hear I want to hear things that aren't in Smash. Like, go. Like, if you want to go, go. Instead of Solid Snake, you get Sam Fisher. You know, instead of Joker, you get, I don't know. Give me somebody from. It doesn't have to be Persona. It can be from one of the. It could be somebody from Persona 4. You know, you could get, or you could get somebody from, I mean, Shin Megami Tensei 5 comes out later this year. Give me whoever's the lead in that. You know, do something different. If you want to go Persona 5, you know, fine, put Skull in there. Like, he's a brawler, that would work. Bloodborne, yeah, somebody from Bloodborne would work. Get, push beyond this whole thing. You know, give me somebody else from Final Fantasy. Don't give me, another
guy from Red Dead.
There you go. Yeah.
Cowboy from Red Dead.
Yeah.
You could put what's his name from The Witcher in it.
There you go. Put Geralt in there. You know.
Geralt. Yep. Exactly.
Like that's
the Nier Automata guy.
Now I don't know. Now you're talking. You see here. This is what I was trying to get at. Push. Give me different ideas. This is better. This is much better.
Oh, it would be crazy if you got one of the Overwatch characters in it.
Yeah, you could do that. It would have to be. It would probably have to be what?
Fortnite,
Diva, right? Oh God, no,
yeah,
we're not doing
this.
this.
Fortnite guy.
I hate that idea.
You hate that idea, but it would totally work.
Oh, it would work, but I hate it.
I'm just trying to think of like other studios. You could get one of the Assassin's Creed characters in there.
Yeah, I feel like you would almost have to make it Ezio though.
Yeah. What's her name from Control?
Okay. Good pull.
I'm just trying to think of like the guy from Death Stranding. What's his name? The guy with all the boxes. Carrying all the boxes.
There you go. Grab, throw somebody in from Cyberpunk.
The Doom is the Doom guy in
No,
Smash?
There you go. There's a good shout.
Yeah. The Avengers game, isn't that only on PlayStation?
Yes.
Captain America. Or Ms. Marvel.
I think that's the better pull from that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely Ms. Marvel. Yeah. And I don't know, a Call of Duty guy, right? Like Warzone. I have no idea. I'm trying to think of the games I played. Titanfall. Wait, no, Titanfall was mostly Xbox, right?
Yeah, but it moved. And I mean, it's an EA game. They could work something out. Yeah,
put one of the main characters from Destiny in there. What's his name? The guy who died.
You couldn't put Cade in. You'd have to put in, you would just have to put in, the generic class. I feel like you'd have to...
No, not the main characters? Or who's the one they brought back? It was the one from the first game, and she had, no lines, but then they brought her back. She's the one that hands you the gun in the beginning.
Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember.
Very generic, one of those characters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have a vast library of characters that you could totally pull from, even if they're not first party. The Ghost of Tsushima guy.
There you go. Jin Sakai. That would work. Absolutely. I wanted to get you rolling. I wanted to see, can
I was looking at just first party, but you're right. There's a ton from... And then, of course, it'd be great if you had, rotating characters of the GTA characters. You could you switch out between the three or something like that.
Kind of like Pokemon Trainer?
Yeah, exactly. But with the three completely different styles of fighting for GTA characters. There you go.
That's what we need. That's what we need. More GTA 5. We haven't had the same game for 3 generations.
Yeah. Or Spider-Man, dude. Think of the characters you could put in from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Put obviously Miles and Peter. Yeah, I think you could really do something. The Uncharted universe, you have some characters from there. Last of Us, of course. And God of War. I mean,
yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. Apex, I guess.
I think if you're gonna pull, instead of pulling from Titanfall, I think you pull from Apex.
There you go. Okay. And then I don't know, whoever's the next Assassin's Creed.
Now,
I guess
pull in a favorite. Either pull in Ezio or Cassandra.
Okay. Yeah.
But no, there you go. That's much more thought out. That's a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't think they're gonna do it, but I like that pitch better.
Yeah, it would take a lot of work and a lot of agreements between the studios, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Where was I? have too many things open now.
No, all right. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
That's like I said, it streams at 4, so that's something to look forward to. The only last piece of news that we have here is Amazon is actually making a TV set now.
I wonder how good those are going to be. I don't know.
I don't know. They're retailing like mid 400s. It looks like.
Oh, that's a really good price.
It's a decent. It's a perfect middle of the road. Like here's an actual Amazon Fire TV,
right.
And they're like 450. The way it looked like, I didn't see a lot of like what size is it going to be or any of that stuff. But
yeah, ranging from $369 to $1,099, that's a great price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you get what you're going to get.
I'm shocked Apple hasn't done this yet.
I mean, that's been the rumor for a decade.
Right.
But
okay.
Amazon built TVs will come in 43, 50, 55, 65, and 75 inches. The 65 and 75 inch models will have Dolby Vision. Sign me up.
Yeah. Yeah, these are great. And $1,000 is not it's a lot of money, obviously, but TV wise, it could be so much more.
Well, and here's the thing: wait 2 years, they'll be $500.
Right, exactly.
Like the price for TVs falls off so it's like digital storage. Like
yes.
what a 3 terabyte hard drive goes for this year is what a 5 terabyte hard drive will go for next year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like it's
100%.
But I mean, these have voice commands. They have Amazon's thing built in.
Yeah. What they should do is throw in like a year's worth of Prime with each TV you buy. People would.
Oh God, I imagine there will be. Like there's.
Yeah.
I would have to think. It doesn't say, but I really feel like there should be.
Right.
Like I absolutely do.
I mean, that's what Apple does with their new products. If you buy an Apple product right now, they give you a year's worth of Apple TV. So, yeah.
Here's your prices. 43-inch TV, $409, not bad. 50-inch TV, $509, not bad. 55-inch TV, $559. 65-inch TV, $829. But then you also get the Dolby Vision clarity.
Right.
And then the 75-inch is $1,099. Those are not horrible TV prices.
Not at all.
They're genuinely not.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the specs, but yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
So be looking at those.
That'll be something. Yeah, and you're going to see those flying off the shelves over the holidays.
Yeah.
That's going to be your big electronics thing for the holidays. Is the literal Amazon TV.
Yep.
But
that'll be great.
Very, very curious. Fire TVs lack. What am I looking at here? They don't have a whole ton of specifics on them so far.
I don't see anything about the specs or what kind of televisions they are or anything. So
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, you can also have that's the integration is kind of neat. Like it'll integrate with your Ring doorbell. So, like, it'll have picture-in-picture. If you're watching TV on your Amazon TV and your doorbell rings, it'll come up as, like, a little picture-in-picture window.
Yeah, that's neat.
Like, I feel like this is going to be... I think that the reason this has taken so long is because they've wanted to make sure they do it right.
Yeah.
And obviously, it won't be perfect, because none of these things are perfect first time around.
Right.
But, give me the second... gen version of this, whatever they have that comes out next year, is going to be a damn good product.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But okay. Cool. The terrifying thing, of course, is that the microphones for the TVs are always going to be on. So there's that.
That's dumb.
Yeah. That way you can use voice commands even when the TV is off.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
There should be an option to turn that off. Yeah, that might be a deal breaker for me. Yeah, it might be a deal breaker. I don't like that.
I
I
wonder.
mean, I know you have a phone that always listens to you,
Yeah.
you know, and all that stuff, but that's a little too. You should have the option to turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it's not there, then that
It's
might be
I
it.
hope it is. It doesn't say anything about it, but I hope that there is an option of just like, nah, don't want to use,
Yeah, no,
turn this off when the TV's off. All right,
eh,
fine. Like that should
right.
be simple.
Yeah, totally. And it's not like I'm thinking like Amazon's an evil company. It's like no, people can get into that, and there's been a history of that happening.
Yeah.
And it's why you see, the leads of these tech companies when Mark Zuckerberg does a Zoom meeting, you see a thing over his microphones. You see a sticker over his cameras and the computers behind him and the microphones on those devices because he knows that it happens. So I don't know. I don't like that it's always on. That's creepy. But anyway, but yeah. So we'll have a lot to talk about next week with all the Sony news. Make sure you send us an email at wegeekpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us at We Geek Podcast on Twitter. Our Facebook is where we're most active. Our group, We Geek Podcast. We're on all the podcast services, you name it, YouTube, Spotify. I was gonna say Paramore, but that's not it.
That's a band.
That's a band. What's the app?
Pandora?
Pandora. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the planet in Avatar, but you can go, obviously to Android and Apple apps, and yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about next week. Captain.